attractions, small entrances, mostly flat rides. Now, I've been kind of planning this out in my head for a bit, so I know what kind of rides are going where and the layout I hope to have. Now, I'm so lazy for this park that I'm not even going to try to do a full parking lot and everything, mainly because I've not tried to make a true park in Planko for a while. So this is going to kind of serve as my entrance back into the world of Planet Coaster. I'm going to put that there for now so we don't block anything. Now, before people ask, because I know they will, I do have a lot of TMNT or Team Maker's Toolkit items saved. I also have a lot of DLC saved, and coolest of all, I have a pack that gives the actual names for all the coasters here. So instead of Spinning Wild Mouse, we know that this is a Zamperla Wild Mouse. You know, this is a, well, SLC, though that was obvious enough. Even gives a realistic name for the trains, which is really cool. Okay, so we're going to go with kind of this stone slab path for the layout of this park. There's no reason in particular I'm choosing this, although there is a park I'm kind of modeling this off of that I went to as a kid that, you know, it wasn't really a park, but it did have pathing similar to this. It was very middle of nowhere, small place, barely had an entrance, and it was mostly flat rides, and that's kind of what we're going to be going for here. We're going to have a little plaza when you first enter, with the merry-go-round in the center of that plaza, and then we'll kind of expand out from there in a somewhat of a smallish spoken wheel pattern for a park. We're going to have 3 coasters in total, and you'll see what those are when we get there. Now let's get to building the entrance building here. Now, as for the entrance building, we're just going to stick with that kind of alpine scenery here. Oh, not be open? What are you doing here? Leave. There's nothing here for you. It is a empty field that you can pay to enter. I hope you enjoy, random civilian. Why is it? Why? Because when I see an empty field on the side of the road, I too think, can I enter this place? I don't know why I clicked on that. We're not going to be using any corrugated steel here. We're going to kind of stick with this alpine, wood essay. Great. We're going to kind of stick with this natural wood, alpine-ish style. That should not be there. And then we're going to have this be about 1 deep. Because it's not a huge building. We're going to expand this out like this. With this here, because we're going to have bathrooms and information booths where you can get your tickets. And then on this side, we're just going to have bathrooms, because you're not going to need the information booths where you can get your fast pass tickets once you're already inside. So from there, we're going to start building up this. This is going to kind of act as our... Again, this is not a big park. There are no plans for this to be a big park. It's mostly cheap coasters on top of that. Probably 3, unless I really feel like I want to build a coaster, in which case we might do like 4. But this thing will not be big. Where would... Yeah, oh, here, arches. Okay, so these will be the entrances to the bathroom here. There's so many interesting things in Theme Maker's Toolkit that I've downloaded that I don't even know about. We're now going to start going over that. Ooh, I didn't notice that. So we're going to need to replace some of this, because some of this is natural wood beaten, and it should be just natural wood, not natural wood beaten. That's an easy enough fix, though. We can just replace it here. Again, sticking with that alpine scenery, as this is a park meant to take place in a foresty area. Now, I don't quite have a name for this park yet. Maybe you in the comments when I turn this into a video or a VOD, whatever I decide is easier to do, can come up with a name for this park. So we're going to kind of do a barn roof style, steep slope to shallower peak for the roof here. Ultimately meeting in the middle with that. Fix our lighting here. That way I don't need to worry about changing lighting conditions. So we're gonna kind of stick with that style for a lot of our stuff. I feel like that's too tall compared to the height of the building. I'm actually going to increase the building height a bit, because realistically, with something like this, you would have stuff up here. You'd have office buildings, probably dispatch operations, all that kind of stuff would be located in this building. So we're gonna kind of increase the height a bit, and I'm gonna change the roof actually, because I feel like that style doesn't quite work or look the way I imagined it to. So we are getting close, by the way, to that closer rather to that Delta 4 heavy launch. We will tune into that when that comes up. Yeah, see, like that, I think works. We can use those pieces for the roof. Where are they? Right there. Okay. So keep building up the roof like this, and then we'll have either a flat piece, or we can do like that. That's a bit too western, I think, for my liking. I mean, that's an option, I guess. Let's not do that. I'm going to do this. We're going to go to the React Andy section of my OBS. Okay. So we're gonna look at park entrances here. Get an idea of what we're dealing with by looking at stuff here on Google Maps or on Google Images. Now, this is not what we're talking about because those are for actual parks. What we want is amusement park entrances or theme park entrances. Yes, theme park entrances. So you do have your smaller style entrances. So this is Dorney. If you couldn't tell, I don't know what this one is. As Theme Park Tycoon. Okay. That's an interesting entrance. So none of these are quite what I was thinking. I'm going to look up. This is kind of what I was thinking of when I was thinking of this park. You can get an idea of just the type of place you're talking about by this this guy right here. You know, it's an interesting location. You can see the type of rides we're talking about. Is it worth the... Those are just grown-ass men. You just know they're doing it for the credit. I mean, what is this? Like a Miller poster? You need a sense of humor. If you don't have a sense of humor or easily offended, turn back now. Oh, what? Oh my, that's a... I'm gonna go to RCDB here. So there's unknown. I mean, yeah, this place is closed, by the way. There's no information about this. Relocations to Lake George Amusement Park is unknown. RCDB has nothing on this. Oh lord. Okay, and then there's roller coaster. An Alan Herschel Little Dipper, because of course it is, and it came from Convoy Lake, which has dragon, a wacky worm. Okay. You also have Untamed. Wow, I didn't know Untamed was... Oh, it actually looks decent. It's a Eurofighter. Okay. Never mind. I was gonna joke about like it probably being nothing like the RMC Untamed, which it isn't. But a Eurofighter is actually something I plan to have in this park that we're going to be building in Planko. So, fair enough. And they also have Yankee Cannonball, which is an old PTC Woody. Don't even need to look at the manufacturer to tell this is an old PTC Woody. Yeah. Yeah. I want to look at this Eurofighter, though. Because I want to look at cheap Eurofighters. Because that is something I plan to have in the park that we're building. And getting an idea of these kind of layouts, I think, is smart. Because if we're gonna build one, I want to actually have an idea of what we're building. Okay, so here's Untamed. Into a cutback. Into a weird kind of incline. Into a heartline corkscrew, I guess. Presumably up through a little bit of bunny hills, I'd imagine. So what's nice about Eurofighters is they are fairly cheap. When it comes to, like, I would argue they most likely have the best, like, bang for your buck when it comes to money that you are investing to intensity that you are getting out. Now obviously anyone who really knows a lot of stuff about coasters isn't gonna find this too crazy. However, to the general public, that's a pretty fine coaster. And of course, whenever I read Untamed, my first thought is Untamed at Wallaby Holland, the RMC. There's no, like, great, not shaky footage, which stinks. Yeah. Like, see, I when I hear Untamed, I think this beast. This RMC. Which, if only. Imagine a small park in, what was it, like, South Hampshire, or like Southampton, New Hampshire, or whatever, gets a fucking RMC. Damn, that'd be impressive. Anyway, get back to RCDB. Yeah, I mean, I imagine this probably costs them a fair amount of money to invest in. They used to have a Knoebel corkscrew, a arrow corkscrew. Can't imagine why you'd get rid of a fucking corkscrew. So it was at Chicago Loop in Old Chicago, and it was in Alabama State Fairgrounds. So they probably got this thing for cheap. They had the Mammoth roller coaster, which there's nothing here about it because it's a side friction Woody. They had Rockin' Rider, so this is a Pinfari Zyklon. I have good memories of a Pinfari Zyklon in, was it the Pleasure Pier? No, it was Maine. Pinfari Zyklon. Let's see what comes up there. Because there was a Boardwalk Park in Maine that had a Pinfari Zyklon.
Mousetrap at Wonderland in Amarillo, Texas is a Pinfari.
That's not it. That's not it. I wonder if I go to Control F. The fuck do I spell? I love being dyslexic. Maine. That is what I spelled. Oh god, there's so many cyclones open. The Boardwalk Pinfari Cyclone. Yeah, so it was around here. Now there's a small amusement park. Now this is also, okay, this thing. This is another one that will work as kind of a good example of the type of park we're trying to build, although this will not be on a pier. Still, a small family park is new. Oh. Yeah, they actually have a new coaster, okay. I haven't gone since like 2011, so, you know. Sea Viper for June 2018. Engineered by Italian Preston and Barabee. Sea Viper roller coaster boasts a maximum height of 70 feet, speeds up to 44 miles per hour with our Ferrari ride track. Can't miss this. Okay, so let's insert this into RCDB, and they will give us. Oh, see, this is. I have memories of this thing. I have memories of it being rough and painful, but memories nonetheless. I believe they also had the. How did you get a fucking coaster for $90,000? I don't know if that's impressive or bad. Presumably based on the year they took that out for this thing. Which does seem to be about the same thrills you'd expect out of a Cyclone. Yeah, that looks interesting, to say the least. Is there a video that they support here? Or gay POV? Let's see this. So this is an Anaconda model. I mean, this very clearly is a thing for peers. And very clearly, in my mind, just by looking at it and knowing nothing else about it, is their replacement to a Cyclone. Yeah, I was gonna say they have an Orient Express, because of course you cannot be a small park without some kind of Wild Mouse or Orient Express or Wacky Worm. So, you know, the classic. The classic. I have a story I can tell about this thing, but I might save that for a later stream. And they also have Wipeout and SBF Visa spinning coaster. This was not around too since I last went there. What else was around? I was there. Really, just the two? I thought there was another one there. I thought there was a Wacky Worm, but clearly, looking at the closure dates, there was not. Despite my looks, I was not born before 98 or before 78. Yeah, so like these kind of small family parks are really that vibe that I'm going for with this. See that? Like, this is the kind of crappy layout that we are looking for. So, no, Knoebels isn't a small family theme park at this point. Like, I feel like Knoebels is too well known to Coney Island. Again, Knoebels, I feel like, actually has shit at it. How do I spell Knoebels? K-N-O. Yeah, like, come on. You don't get to have 6 coasters and then say we're a small theme park. I mean, they have a in-house built Woody. That's inspiring, to say the least. Black Diamond, which is another with this PTC I now need to go to Knoebels. Okay. We're gonna do this here. Hello? You're on stream.
No, I stopped watching.
No,
Back
I mean,
on, though.
no, I mean you are on stream. Like I'm still streaming. I'm calling you right now.
Oh, okay.
Thoughts on Knoebels? There's your answer to what Knoebels is like. It's about what I expected. Okay. Yeah, not the best park. This might actually be what I'm looking. I'm sorry, did Zero make their version of a Eurofighter and I didn't know? So this is another example, I guess. I for some reason I thought this was much bigger than it was. But this is another example of the kind of park we're talking about. I think I only know about this park and I think about it because everyone talks about how crappy Phoenix is. Apparently you get very good ejector, but ooh, boy, that thing is rusted to hell. Okay. Dutch Wonderland in Lancaster. So, I think we kind of have an idea now. I want to go back to Knoebels here. And I want to look up what the entrance building for Knoebels looks like. Let's see. Like, do they not even have an entrance? Hmm. God, now I want to go to Knoebels and stream this. Or at least get a GoPro and record stuff for it. I don't see an entrance building. Yeah, I don't... Like, do you just, like, fucking walk in and then pay per attraction? You might do. You might. Anyway. Back to gaming. So, we're gonna keep building this out here. But, we're gonna change something. Not what I meant to do. What I meant to do is we're gonna go into edit building. And then we're just gonna remove it. Because ultimately I've kind of changed my mind after seeing that about how this how this should be laid out. Okay, so we're going to go about 1.5 here. We don't want beaten, we just want natural. We're gonna go about 1.5 here. And then build a basic kind of roof for them. And then we can add our actual roof segments. Okay. We can add our actual roof segments here to get that correct. I'll lower the grid height so we can actually do this here. Ooh. Hmm. My dog is barking. You can't hear. That is not the best. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This will be harder, but it works. I'm gonna turn the music back on here. We'll go back in here. Put these down. We'll manually add the trim to the roofs. Which is gonna be a bit of a pain, but we can manage that. And it makes our roofs look better. So these will kind of be the buildings we're going for here. Now, Knoebels is essentially about double what we're going for here. Again, to put into perspective just how small of a park we're talking, that one of the smallest parks in the world is about double what I'm talking about here. Okay. That looks fine. Then we can add in eaves if we want to, if those work. Yeah, I don't think we need those actually. Those actually look fine, all things considered, about without the trim. We do need to add that back and actually decorate them to not look dog shit. That's sometimes important to do. Turn the width down a bit. And Toby is back at it again. Whenever you see a dog outside, you have to bark. Law. Okay. What? Fucking hate how paths work in this game so much. With a burning passion. Why would I ever want that? Why? Here, okay. We'll do this then. Select grid. Want it to be rounded, but you know, why would we want that? How do we want rounded path? Gotta be kidding me. They really need to fix pathing in Planet Coaster 2. Like, come on, bro. Why would I ever want my paths to look that way? Like, come the fuck on, man. There are a few things more frustrating in life than paths in Planet Coaster. Really? Good enough. Good enough. I don't care anymore. I've lost all patience. That is good enough. Okay. So we can put in the restrooms here. We'll move our grid height back up to what it should be. Really? Come on, bro. So we're gonna have to sink these into the ground a bit. We'll add a roof of some kind under there. Make that look more natural. So it's not that you're walking into grass. I'll have to do that as a separate building to get the height to work right. And with Planet Coaster, it's the little things that piss me off the most, like that. The game itself is great. It's the tiny, minute stuff like that that frustrate the hell out of me. Okay. We'll put an information booth down here so that this will be where guests get their fast passes and stuff. Don't know why you'd want a fast pass for a park of this size, but you know. To each their own. Sure. Sure, why not? This plaza doesn't look broken enough already. Let's just make it more broken looking. Why not? Okay. So putting these poles down here help give a little depth and feel to the building. Because this is like that little stuff that when you just make the box around the building it'll look fine sometimes. This is part of that little stuff that just helps make everything look a little better. And because we're going to be working on a fairly small scale with this park, it should be easy enough to do all that little stuff. Okay. There we go. That's complete. Just giving a little depth to those buildings. We can put a window up on them. Again, help give that little bit of feeling that they're actually used, even though these windows are clearly for decoration. So we're gonna have a lot of like those fairy tale pieces. Just because with a lot of what we're going for based on the real life park is mostly horny, crappy fairy tale stuff. So we're gonna be sticking with that theme. Let's go do signs and advertisement. Oh. See, I would love to do, because it seems like I would like to, and this will be hard, but this will be like their most expensive big attraction, have a Woody cross some kind of like animated fairy tale story, similar to the Green Gods Adventure and or not Cannibal, Lost Treasure or whatever it is. Okay, the Delta IV Heavy will be taken off in about an hour. We'll have box lights here that shine onto the buildings. And then these box lights will be covered up with bushes. These will be here for night, mostly. So we need some kind of sign for bathrooms. It also fits in with that somewhat fairy tale-ish aesthetic we're going with. Welcome to Carowinds. We did a lot of rebranding. Like, I could use these, but I feel like they don't fit too well. However, they appear to be the only option. That could work. They don't appear to fit in too well. I think we're gonna have to go with these unless there's another bathroom. Yeah, I don't see another toilet bathroom sign, so we're probably gonna have to stick with these then. which stink. Unless they're in the building section and with these signs, which they might be. There we go. Okay. And then copy that over here. Then over here as well. Okay. We need information sign. We're gonna stick with that kind of fairy tale-esque theme. Scenery theme. Fairy tale. Okay, it's not very helpful. I see nothing wrong with that. Oh, Planet Coaster. So that's good, I think, for that. I'm gonna put 2 fake windows here and on the mirror. You know, weirdly enough, I think that fits, actually. Because this is such an old place, I feel like that actually does fit the aesthetic well. Yeah, that actually fits. Okay. Why are there running costs for a window? Oh, because it's lit. We have to supply it with a bunch of drugs then, every month. I can have it play it. Hold on. Hold on. This is incredible. Vintage Coaster King. I actually really like that. Because this does feel tacky enough and run down enough to be seen at a park like this. We'll have this one play a movie. Chief Beef. No. What user videos do I have? Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City, documentary From Dreams to Screams. Why is this saved? Why? I feel like that's... out of all the things that would be saved there. Vintage Activities poster. We'll leave Vintage Entertainment poster. Because I do feel like, again, these have not been kept up on in years. Like, they've not updated those signs in years. Decades, even. Hence why they're still like that. Okay. Just gonna check on something here real quick. Okay, fuel leading on the Delta 4 Heavy is proceeding phenomenal. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Oh boy. Okay. So that's, I think, good for those places. I don't think we really need more for those entrances here. Now, I believe I said merry-go-round earlier, but oh, Larson loop. Yeah, welcome. Enjoy the Larson loop. I know I said merry-go-round earlier, but when I think back to that park and what it actually had, it was something like, not that, large ass Ferris wheel. It was something like this. Oh no, it was more like that would have been like here. So I do think we can actually get away with then with the carousel or merry-go-round here. We'll do the double-decker Victorian carousel. Okay, we'll orient this so that's easier to use. Boy. What about that? Is that it? That's it. Okay. Mainly because I want to check it on this. Make sure it's actually in the middle. Then we can push it out like here. I'm an entrance here. I'm gonna bring this grid out a little bit further. Thanks, Planet Coaster. A lot. We will then place our exit here. Then increase the length for this path. We're gonna stick with this same kind of theme. Don't know why the railing is not on. Oh no, not gonna do it on long. That just seems to make everything more complicated. We'll do it like that instead. So go around there. So this queue is just gonna wrap around once. And then connect right to where the exit is. Since it's only a merry-go-round, although it is at the very center of the family park, it is still a small enough attraction, and the park is small enough that I think we can get away with having it like this. I'm gonna connect back to the grid here. We're also gonna fix up whatever the heck is going on here and why that doesn't have a... Oh, see, now it has a rail on it. Great. Fine. We're then going to wrap around here, leaving some room on this side for some bushes. Yeah, so we'll put some bushes and flowers around here. Put down a fence and then have the bushes inside this fence so that people can't just start randomly picking flowers and shit. Placing fences is always such a damn pain in this game. Wrong way. And after this, we'll get started working on the old Woody that we're gonna have. Okay. Yeah, I really wish there was a way for these fences to not be such a pain in the ass to place. But I feel like if there was a way to make them convenient, then you'd lose a lot of the adaptability that we currently have in the Planet Coaster system with the way that we can build. Oh damn, I have to go and delete those. Like, as much as I love Parkitect and the RTC games, it's not as easy to build as it is in Planet Coaster. So I feel like, as much as I hate doing this, if they went and changed it, it would lose a lot of its magic. That being said, I think benches need to be able to be placed with the advanced mover. Because whenever I'm trying to make a plaza that has a lot of benches in it, it is the worst experience in the world. Because I can't really do a true, good, real plaza because it won't let me actually assign them that benches are evenly spaced apart. Okay, so we'll go and delete these couple excess fences here. And I'm going to run to the bathroom. I will be back in a minute or two. And then we will place down some foliage, then get working on a PTC that's gonna run right along here. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we are back. Let's get to placing some foliage. So we're just gonna place some basic flowers here. Nothing insane. Go to natural region, alpine. Oh, bush. Okay. Deciduous. Any flowers or any? Nope. Okay. Really? You're just gonna. Ah, yes, but we have spooky vines. Don't worry, everybody. We have spooky vines. We're all going to be okay. So we'll place some of these and we'll interrupt them with another flower, I guess. Just because I want this to be a very flower and plant dense area, because I feel like that will help with that fairy tale-ish vibe we're going for. Just because I feel like if it was a completely industrial barren area like you would think with a Cedar Point or Cedar Fair or a Six Flags park, I feel like it's not gonna fit the theme very well. I guess this is gonna be the yellow flower section. Nothing too intense with our foliage here, but still having something. And you're gonna have a lot of trees too. You're gonna end up seeing a lot of trees to kind of interrupt the eye line where we don't want the eye line to go past. Essentially the cheap and shitty version of forced perspective that Disney uses. Think of it that way. I'm gonna have to check out before our next Planet Coaster stream Theme Maker Toolkit, see if there are any good flower packs on there, because I feel like there are not enough flowers in the base game and I never noticed that before. Like there are some, but they're freaking big. Like I need more that are like this size. Like maybe there's a use for those pink ones. I'm sure there is, but like they are not going to fit well in this. For this purpose, I'm going to be using a lot of flowers for. I do also have a lot of fake animals. Because another thing that this place we're kind of basing this off of had is a fake safari. So I do want to kind of copy something like that using a people mover of some kind to accomplish that type of feel of a fake safari. So we're going to do a PTC style Woody here. So this is where it gets fun. We'll probably have dispatching and loading on this side. We'll elevate it off the ground a bit. Hey guys, Future Justin here. If you're enjoying the video, please be sure to hit like and subscribe for more content in the future, and turn on notifications to be aware whenever I go live. Do our kind of pre-lift section here. We're gonna go for that classic kind of figure 8 layout. I believe it's the cyclone layout that some of these have. We're gonna kind of do that. Go through and smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This won't all be in 4 meter, but some of these parts like this will. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you're gonna dip down, go down here. Then you're going to immediately head up into a lift hill. Make this about 80 feet. That should be good. Like I said, with that twisty layout that some of these have, that Coney Island Cyclone style. And then immediately it's going to go into this twist up. I don't know what the proper term for it is. But into one of these things. Before then dropping you down. And then twisting you again. Running under the track there into a airtime hill. Into another cut back. Get kind of a floater hill there. Into a turn here. About as banked as that needs to be. Also apparently as banked as I can make this. So let's see. I want you to go fairly slow over this. Perfect. It wouldn't be a PTC would without thinking you're gonna valley on one of those parts. Decent floater hill. Into another curved section. Perfect. And then we're gonna turn around here into a bit of an ejector hill we'll have here. Or we'll do a double up here. We'll have that come down here. Again, that classic twisty layout of the Cyclone models. Lots of cut unders and stuff like that. Decent floater hill. Seemed like in the back row you got some ejector on that pull up. You know it's bad when we're already valleying at 45 feet. We'll go a little different then. I'm gonna pull some laterals there. That's a bit rough. Okay. What if we did this? I feel like a section like this would not be banked past like 8 degrees. What can I say? They really like their laterals on their woodies. Don't Valley. What if we increase our chain lift speed? It was a little extra speed coming off the drop. I mean, from here, we're already going to turn around into the station anyway. What if we do... What if we do this? And then have us drop into the brake run. Like, I feel like that's such an insane thing to do. But at the same time, I think it's a really funny idea. How does this look? I don't know why I find that so funny. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Let's watch this, see where we need to smooth out. I mean, considering it's a PTC Woody, I'm not too worried about the section. That needs a little bit of smoothing. So it looks like where we enter and exit banks, because we have banking offset on, we're gonna need to smooth. That's easy enough. Man, you lose speed on this thing quick. I feel like we do actually have enough speed to pull something off here. That might actually have enough clearance. I'll be able to run a few more ejector hills. Or to run like an ejector hill around into the station. Like, what about that? Certainly a lot more fun. And then run just bunny hills into the station. You might get some ejector off of one or two of these hills. And how fast it goes, I don't know. And then run our brakes there. Let's see. This is, I think, a decent attempt at an old PTC Woody. Again, I haven't really played this game in a while. So I've lost a lot of skill. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Okay, let's go smooth these out then. So this whole section right here needs some smoothing. This bit right here needs some smoothing. This bit needs to be smoothed a bit. This part needs some smoothing. This needs smoothing. This needed some smoothing. That needs smoothing right there, okay. That needs smoothing. That's much better. You still seem like if you're in the back row, you're gonna get some ejector there. I mean, you use a lot of your speed on any bank turnarounds. Okay. Not bad. I want to watch full screen here for the full test. Just see how that first drop is. That first bank is good. That needs some smoothing right there. We're now waiting for ULA to go live for the second to last launch of the Delta IV Heavy. I'm pretty happy with that. Want to get this as far over as we can without track clipping underneath the ground. Okay, and then we'll carve a bit out of the ground right here. Okay. That's good. Next, actually here, I want to see what our testing results look like. We have to uncover that pre-lift as well. Okay, well, we will continue this on the next stream because now